wish away the Constitution. You cannot wish away the acts of Parliament. You cannot wish away the judgments that have been made by the court. Actually, one of them was is as new as about 2 months ago, because the mandate that the court gave the Media Council of Kenya, the Communication Authority even went to the Court of Appeal, but they were unable to get the orders from the Court of Appeal. So it's something that has happened this year. So, Fuamba, you cannot have a country where you want to uphold peace and security, but at the same time you want to violate the rule of law. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that
I'm not against media freedom.
I'm not saying even the media freedom.
Specific about the caveat.
Because basically what you are doing, you are rubbishing the court.
I'm not. I'm only saying that law is dynamic.
I had asked you, how then can we objectively report as the media in a manner that we do not come off as insightful?
Just the way you, like as your station being closed. It has not.
Why was
because
what did
you are reporting the same things, but reporting according to the ethical standards. If there were any violations, then the Communication Authority will have also taken action against you.
Former history matters, and we talked about this after the 2017 media shutdown. The High Court ruled in February 2018 that the government's action was unconstitutional, illegal, and violation of Article 34. That was according to Justice Chacha Mwite, who declared that the Communications Authority has no power to shut down broadcasters. This president is becoming very critical. Is it okay that we are sinking into a nation that has no disregard at all for the judiciary?
If there's a legal issue arising and this matter has already been taken to court, the courts will decide. But for as long as the country is concerned, every institution has its own way of doing their work. And that's why the Communication Authority was supposed to do its job the way they did. And I think it was necessary. So the court will decide. I get
very uncomfortable if you are encouraging anarchy. At the same time, you are the same person who is saying that we are encouraging anarchy. You are the one who is encouraging, because what you are saying, because you are saying,
let me just, because
what you are saying, you are telling me that tomorrow I'll come to your home, steal your goat and get away with it. So you go to court and the court says that Eric returns Fuamba's goat and I refuse to return it, and then what happens? Because that is anarchy. So that I'm saying,
this is an institutional action.
Because actually, institutional action,
it's the other way around.
Which is
because you want institutions established by the law not to practice their duties and responsibilities. Like saying that a Communication Authority is only supposed to give you a license, it doesn't work that way.
But it's the code.
Makes sense.
That is the code.
What then is the work of Communication Authority?
That is the code.
What is the meaning of authority?
What recourse do we have now when such directives are issued from the legal standpoint as the media? What recourse do we have?
I think already we've got an order, and I think today we'll be in court again. Yesterday by night, 3 cases had been filed at the High Court on the same. And one of them actually was, the earlier one got the order stopping Communication Authority from taking any action. And I'm very sure today, all the stations that were switched off, maybe they are back on air. And that is now how the rule of law is supposed to work. Then number 2, when we go to court, obviously what we'll do is we'll be seeking damages from the Communication Authority for unlawful action, because it is a decision that has been made 3 times by the courts, but they do not want to listen. So I'm hoping that as the media, as stakeholders, will be moving to court to seek losses. Obviously, that will be from the taxpayers' pocket, it was with the taxes that Fuamba also pays, so that these media houses can be compensated for the losses they incurred during that period that Communication Authority made unlawful decision. And that is how a country is supposed to govern. I said, and even our statement yesterday, I said that if there was any breach, there is a process and there is a procedure, and there is another body that is mandated to do that. So someone should have gone to the Media Council of Kenya and asked the Media Council of Kenya to do its work, so that if there is any violation of the Code of Conduct, we've got 25 thematic areas of the Code of Conduct for practice of journalism. Tell us which section was violated by the media, then action can be taken. But immediately the state wants to come in using thorax without any basis of the law. Obviously, we are inviting anarchy.
Of course, I appreciate that you are moving to court so that it's addressed through the legal process. That's important. But again, the substance of the matter is much more important than the procedure. Imagine if you had to go through those procedures that Eric is talking about. You go to the Media Council,
when you talk about
and those things were happening yesterday.
What do you mean exactly?
So we should not look at procedural issues as hindrances
Fuamba,
to take certain
substance
actions.
of the matter.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
The substance of the matter was the action that was being reported. That was it. And the action that were being reported were projecting threats to national security, which comes as a priority to the country because it's for the common good, as opposed to the procedures involved in the legal processes.
How do we then conceptualize the state capture of the media in Kenya when we're talking about we are being a threat to the security?
I would